Hey, Dr. Aziz here, and I came across this question on Quora that says, how do I get rid of insecurities in myself? And this is such a powerful question because insecurities are what stop us from taking risks, feeling good about ourselves, starting relationships, being confident, and just really liking who we are. And so it's incredibly important to be able to overcome and let go of insecurities. And there's 3 tips I want to share with you today to help you do that. The first way to get rid of insecurities is to lower your unrealistic standards for yourself. Hands down, everyone I've talked to, especially in this culture in the United States, but all over the world too, as I've talked to more and more people, have very high, unrelenting, unreasonable, unrealistic demands on themselves. Standards such as, I should never get angry with anyone. I should always forgive. I should earn double what I'm earning right now. I should be the best at this instrument. I should never feel anxious. I should never be held back by my fear. And we have these sort of unreasonable standards. I should never be a coward, whatever it is. And then sure enough, we fall short because they're so unreasonable. And then we just beat ourselves up and we feel really insecure. So the best thing to do is to identify what those are and lower them to a reasonable human level. The best way to start identifying them is every rule you have is a should. I should be like this. I shouldn't be like that. Pay attention to what those are and ask yourself, are these realistic? Are these reasonable? And the ones that are not, change them. Come up with rules and demands that are more reasonable, realistic standards that you want to hold yourself to that are actually humanly possible. That will be a big step in giving yourself a break and really overcoming those insecurities. The second way to overcome insecurities is to take action. So much of the time there's something you're insecure about, like, oh, I'm insecure about my weight, I have an extra 10 pounds on me, but we don't take action to address that. And it's amazing how much we'll dislike something, but we won't take action to address it. I had one client who said he didn't like the sound of his voice. And he'd think about it a lot, and he'd say, I don't like it, and it sounds too nasally, and it's not strong enough. And I said, oh, well, have you ever done any work on it? Like gone to YouTube and looked up some voice training videos for free, or gone and worked with a singing coach for a session or two, just to really deepen your voice and be able to sound as good as you can? No, I've never done that. Right? So we don't take action. And action could be to work on the insecurity. Action could just be to work on yourself, to feel good about yourself. I know that I, like most people, I'm always looking at, like, am I being as healthy as I could be? I'm not exercising as much as I want to be. And I find that when I get really critical of myself, it's like, oh, I should be fitter, I should have more defined abs, I should be stronger, whatever it is. And then if I just take action for several days, like I get on my bike or I start doing some push-ups and sit-ups in the morning and go for a jog, then even though I haven't reached all those goals, I just feel better about myself. So a great way to deal with the insecurity is just start taking action. And the third thing to do is to shed your comparison mindset and take on a modeling mindset. So a comparison mindset goes like this. You see someone, let's say you have an insecurity about your voice or an insecurity about your body. I used to have a lot of insecurities around my muscles and not being strong enough. So you look at someone who's really muscular and you say to yourself, geez, look at that guy over there. He's so much better than I am. Or you hear someone that's got a really solid, deep voice and you say, well, geez, listen to me. I sound so weak and nasally. And you compare yourself to them and you are much less. You are unworthy. You're not good enough. It's a comparison mindset. And presupposed in a comparison mindset is that they're better than you and you could never get there. But that's the difference between the comparison mindset and the modeling mindset. The modeling mindset is you realize that whatever someone else can do, you can do too. You just have to learn the steps. And so all you have to do is pay attention to what do they do? What did they do to get to where they are? For him to have the body of that, what does he do every day? What are his routines and his rituals and his habits? How do I implement those habits in my life? That same goes for music, for your voice, for all sorts of other things that you can have an impact on, is adopt a modeling mindset. And if it's something that you can't change, like it's your nose or something like that, then you got to go with that first thing, which is dropping your unrealistic standards. Because here's the one final thing. We think that we need to be perfect and have no flaws in order for someone to love us. But that's absolutely not true. People don't love you because you have no flaws. They love you because you're a whole person and you're interested in them and you want to give to them and you want to share who you are and be seen by them. You just want to connect with them. And it doesn't matter if you have a few flaws, if your nose is a little big or there's something, you have a little bit of a love handle. That's not going to be what's blocking you from creating the success that you want in your life and in your relationships. That's just a story. And as long as you're absorbed in that story, then you don't take the actions necessary to get to where you want to go. So shed the story, drop those unrealistic standards, start taking action and get into a modeling mindset and watch those insecurities start to evaporate. So thanks for listening. Post any questions or comments you have about this, and I look forward to talking to you in the future.